It's time for Spring Hill High School basketball. Spring Hill Sports Live is brought to you by Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning, Price Chopper, Kim Thompson at Prudential Financial, the Spring Hill Recreation Commission, Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center, Crown Realty, the Elliott Insurance Group, Prime Accounting Solutions, Farmers Insurance, Leah Smith Agency, the Spring Hill Chamber of Commerce, Allstate, Libby Clark Agency, Spring Hill Fitness, Perfect Detail Salon, and Whitesell Optometry.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is Bronco Basketball on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Good evening from Spring Hill High School tonight. Day one of the Spring Hill Invitational Basketball Tournament opening round matchup between the Spring Hill Broncos and the Gardner-Edgerton Trailblazers here on Spring Hill Sports Live. Along with Caden Carbajo, I'm Bryce Kessler. This is a rematch for the 2004 championship game. The last time that the Spring Hill boys won one of their home tournament titles. They also beat Gardner-Edgerton in the 02 Spring Hill Tournament Championship. 13-time champions of this tournament are the Spring Hill Broncos that started back in 1973. For the Gardner-Edgerton Trailblazers, they're the 1996 champs of this tournament, their lone title here at the Spring Hill Invitational Basketball Tournament. Gardner-Edgerton enters play at 3-4 on the season, coming off of a 69-60 victory over Shawnee Mission Northwest, while the Spring Hill Broncos are now 3-6 after dropping their fifth straight game this past Thursday night. They lost at Tonganoxie 59-50. A lot of close games. 4 of those 5 losses during this streak have been by single digits. And tonight they'll try to end that streak and continue their trek towards what's hoping to be a 14th title here at the Spring Hill Invitational Basketball Tournament. We're back with more of the pregame show. It's brought to you by Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning next here on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Are you looking for a trusted heating or air conditioning contractor in the Spring Hill area? Look no further than Comfort Designs. Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated for more than 20 years, Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's Heating and Air Conditioning Company. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453. Elliott Insurance Group is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and USD 230. At Elliott Insurance Group, we work, live, and shop in our local communities, serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years. Elliott Insurance Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Insurance Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Spring Hill, call 913-592-5552 or visit elliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Shop local and save at Price Chopper, your hometown grocery store in Spring Hill. Price Chopper has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy hand-cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need, from apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to Cool Crisp lettuce. Plus, the Spring Hill Price Chopper is now your home for Dunkin' Donuts. Locally owned and operated, Price Chopper in Spring Hill. Open daily 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Prime Accounting Solutions in Spring Hill is here to help you and your business grow. From accounting services to tax planning, Prime Accounting is here to help you meet your goals and achieve your dreams. The accountants at Prime Accounting Solutions stay up to date on the latest news and information, ensuring the best options, services, and returns for you. Give Prime Accounting Solutions a call at 913-592-2050. Visit them at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or go online to primeaccounting.net. This is Bronco Basketball on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Welcome back inside the Comfort Designs pregame show tonight from Spring Hill High School. Pregame show brought to you by Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning, locally owned and operated for more than 20 years. Comfort Designs is Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. Learn more at comfortdesigns.net or call 913-592-4453. Gardner-Edgerton and Spring Hill, our opening round matchup of this Spring Hill Invitational Basketball Tournament. The winner moves on to face Goddard-Eisenhower tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but Thursday night at 6:30. And the loser of this game will face Kansas City East Christian Academy at 4:45 on Thursday afternoon. Let's take a look inside of our matchup. Gardner-Edgerton enters play at 3-4 on the season, coming off of a 69-60 win over Shawnee Mission Northwest. Their second win in their last 3 games after a 1-3 start. The Trailblazers averaging 64 points per game and giving up 64 points per contest. They are led by a couple of senior, a junior, and a sophomore. Their sophomore sharpshooter, a 5'9 guard, Jake McClure. He can really fill it up. A couple of 20-point games here in the last several outings for the Trailblazers, and a definite guy you got to guard beyond the three-point line. Tevin McKelvey, a 6-foot senior. He'll play off the wing. They'll play him inside, outside. Very fast, very athletic, a guy that will certainly hurt you in multiple ways. And then the big man, a 6'6 junior, Austin Weiner, who transferred to Gardner-Edgerton from Georgia, and he has been a nice addition to this Trailblazers team. Not only does he have the size, but pretty good ball skills as well. A guy that can handle it and shoot it. So Austin Weiner, the 6'6 junior, another guy to watch out for with this Gardner-Edgerton team. For the Spring Hill Broncos, they come into play on a 5-game losing streak, 3-6 overall of the year, 51 points per game, and they're giving up 53 points per contest. Cooper Jones coming off of a huge game, 27 points at Tonganoxie. He's had the only 2 20-point games this year for this Spring Hill offense. He's third on the team, though, in scoring at 12 per night. One of 3 guys averaging double figures, Ryan Weber and Alex Johnson, the other 2 who are averaging both right at 12.4 points per night. Weber, the 6'1 junior point guard, he's averaging 12.5 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. He's tops on the team in all 3 categories, while Alex Johnson is top 3 in all 3 categories, and Cooper Jones is second on the team in assists, along with the third rebounding, or third highest scoring total. So those 3 guys have certainly been the big 3, if you will, for the Spring Hill Broncos as well. That's a look at tonight's matchup, brought to you by Spring Hill Fitness, your local community gym. Spring Hill Fitness is dedicated to making a friendly, judgment-free environment open 24/7. Check them out on Facebook or call 913-686-2027. More of the Comfort Designs pregame show is next here on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Weitzel Optometry Vision Source has been the leader in optometry services and vision care in Spring Hill for more than 20 years. Weitzel Optometry offers comprehensive eye care, as well as the latest, most popular lenses and frames for Spring Hill and the surrounding communities. Experience modern eye care with advanced diagnostic technology and vision correction products. And with the experience of Doctors Weitzel and Bloodgood, you're sure to see the results you're looking for. To schedule your appointment, call Weitzel Optometry Vision Source at 913-592-2020. When it comes to protecting your family, home, and business, look to a local, community-minded agent. In Spring Hill, that's Allstate agent Libby Clark. With more than 15 years of industry experience, Libby and her team are committed to providing a customized family protection plan that fits your needs. A full-service agency, Libby Clark offers a broad range of insurance and financial services, building relationships with a focus on helping their neighbors. That's the Libby Clark Agency. Visit them on the southeast corner of 223rd and Harrison in Spring Hill.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center. As Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center, they work on all makes and models, even RV, marine, aviation, motorcycles, and more. Shoemaker Collision offers free estimates and loaners, plus they will work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095.
This is Bronco Basketball on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Welcome back to the Comfort Designs pregame show, getting you set for Gardner-Edgerton in Spring Hill tonight in the opening round of the Spring Hill Invitational Basketball Tournament. Your keys to the game brought to you by Crown Realty. Let Crown Realty help you get the keys to your dream home. Check out all their listings at crownrealty.com. And if you're in the market to sell your home, remember the key is a great agent, and that's what you'll find at Crown Realty in Spring Hill. Call 913-592-2222. We'll start with the offensive key for Spring Hill in this game. pace. Play with a nice pace in this game. Spring Hill wants to play up-tempo anyway. Gardner-Edgerton, not a very deep team. If Steve Wallace has his way, he's only going to play about 7 guys, so play with some pace, get this game up and down the floor. Defensive keys, I got 2 of them. Get a hand in McClure's face and get a body on Weiner. Weiner's their big rebounder inside, and McClure's their guy that really can get him going from the outside. So they got to make sure they've got those 2 guys in check. Your keys to the game brought to you by Crown Realty. We're back for the starting lineups and the opening tip right after this. You've been watching the Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning pregame show. Tip-off between Spring Hill and Gardner-Edgerton is next on Spring Hill Sports Live.
For more than Are you looking for a trusted heating or air conditioning contractor in the Spring Hill area? Look no further than Comfort Designs. Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated for more than 20 years, Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
Your local Farmers Insurance agent is Leah Smith. With more than 10 years of industry experience in both Kansas and Missouri, Leah is sure to customize the right plan for you. Her straightforward and personalized approach will help you better understand your coverage options. Stop on by at 159th and Merlin, right up the street in South Olathe, or call 913-221-0755. Leah Smith Agency, Farmers Insurance, proudly serving Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Shop local and save at Price Chopper, your hometown grocery store in Spring Hill. Price Chopper has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy hand-cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need, from apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Plus, the Spring Hill Price Chopper is now your home for Dunkin' Donuts. Locally owned and operated, Price Chopper in Spring Hill. Open daily 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. This is Bronco basketball on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Welcome live inside Spring Hill High School tonight, opening round of the Spring Hill Invitational Basketball Tournament. And let's take a look at our starting lineups tonight, brought to you by Perfect Details Salon at 516 North Webster in Spring Hill. The Broncos will start this game in style, but nowhere near the level of style you'll find at Perfect Details Salon, where they're devoted to making clients flawless from head to toe. Make an appointment online at salonperfectdetails.com or by calling 913-592-5022. For the Gardner-Edgerton Trailblazers, they interplay at 3-4 on the season, coming off of a win over Shawnee Mission Northwest on Saturday, and their starting lineup looks like this. Ethan Reynolds, a 5'10 junior. He'll wear number 2 for Gardner-Edgerton. Number 12 is a 6'1 senior, Preston Rohr. Number 22, their best shooter, a 5'9 sophomore, Jake McClure. A senior at 6 foot even, number 23, Tevin McKelvey, probably the most athletic guy on the floor for the Trailblazers. And their big man, a 6'6 junior, number 32, is Austin Weiner. Their head coach is Steve Wallace. He's assisted by Zach White. For the Spring Hill Broncos, their starting lineup will stay the same as it has the last 3 ball games. That includes freshman Luke Metcalf, who made his starting debut in that Shawnee Mission South game and has stayed in that starting lineup against Eudora and Tonganoxie as well. And the freshman makes his 4th start of the season here tonight, averaging 4.5 points, 2 rebounds per game. 6'2 freshman, number 33, Luke Metcalf. 6'1 junior, number 1, Cooper Jones, 3rd on the team at 12 points per night. Leads the team with 16 3-point field goals made. That's tied for the team high with Alex Johnson. And speaking of Johnson, he's a 6'6 senior, number 22 for the Broncos. Tied with Ryan Weber as the team's leading scorer at 12.5 points and pulling down 4 rebounds per game, coming off a season low 7 points in the last game against Tonganoxie. Ryan Weber, a 6'1 junior, number 15, leads the team in scoring, rebounding, and assists. 12.5 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists per game. And the senior in the middle, 6'6", number 42, Aaron Dominic, 2 points, 3.5 rebounds per game for Dominic. The head coach of the Broncos is Wes Book, a 59-58 record in his 6th season, assisted by Anthony Sublette and Danny Hodge. Opening tip brought to you by Spring Hill Recreation Commission. Sign up now for the annual Daddy-Daughter Dance scheduled for Saturday, February 15th at the Meadowlark Event Center. $30 per couple and $10 for each additional daughter. To register, go online to springhillrec.org or call 913-592-2214. As we are underway, opening round of the Spring Hill Invitational Basketball Tournament, and it's the Spring Hill Broncos who control the opening possession. Broncos here on their home floor this year, just 1-3. They have dropped 3 straight after a season-opening victory over Atchison here at home. And they will start this game with a traveling violation called on Cooper Jones. Opening possession, turnover by Spring Hill, and now they'll put a little full-court pressure on Gardner-Edgerton. Here's McClure now at the top of the key. He's the best shooter from the outside. Really have to defend him on that three-point arc. Ethan Reynolds back up top to McClure. Weiner gets his first touchdown to the short corner. Nowhere to go for Reynolds. Brings it up top to McClure. Spring Hill right now zone defense to open up this ball game. Long opening possession. There's McClure with an open look. Just left of the point, and he knocks down that triple from deep. So there we go on cue. Jake McClure making Spring Hill pay with that open look. Got to get a hand in the face of 22 tonight. Jones off a screen from Dominic. Out to Johnson. Weber backing his way in from the right block. Puts it up with the right hand, but left it short. And Austin Weiner clears it for Gardner-Edgerton. Trailblazers lead 3-0. McKelvey, the lefty from the corner, rattles out. And Aaron Dominic has the rebound for Spring Hill, and he's fouled by Preston Rohr. First foul on Rohr, first against the Trailblazers with 6:29 to go in our opening quarter. A 3 from Gardner-Edgerton sophomore point guard Jake McClure, the only points so far. This is freshman Metcalf on the left wing for Spring Hill. Weber works off the Dominic screen. Swinged it back over to Cooper Jones on the left side, coming off of a huge game at Tonganoxie, a 27 in that one. 17 of his 27 came in the fourth quarter. Albeit in a loss, though, for Spring Hill. Lost that game by 9 after trailing by as many as 22 with 4.5 minutes to go in that ball game. They got it all the way back down to 8. Ended up losing it by 9 when it was all said and done. Trying to go into Metcalf. Weiner deflected it out. Possession remains with Spring Hill. 5:45 left. Opening quarter. Alex Johnson will trigger the inbound pass from the sideline. Out up high to Cooper Jones. McClure gambles, gives Jones a chance. Extra pass to the corner. Metcalf can't get the 3 to answer, though. And Reynolds tracks down the long rebound. Chance to run for Gardner-Edgerton. Reynolds keeps it himself. Can't get it in off the top of the glass. Aaron Dominic with the rebound. And got away with the travel as he had a pivot foot change there. But they'll get away with one. And Dominic with a couple of early rebounds. Making Gardner-Edgerton one and done down on that end. Jones got caught in the air on the baseline. Metcalf comes up with it. Top of the key 3 off right iron. Long rebound at the corner. McClure picks it up for Gardner-Edgerton. Trailblazers lead 3-zip. 3 minutes and change into this opening quarter. Rohr to Weiner for the mid post. Out to Reynolds in the corner. McKelvey, after the shot fake, takes it. Missed it. And it's Ryan Weber, the leading rebounder of the year for the Broncos. Just over 4 per game. He pulls down that miss. Johnson works his way off the top of the key, down the right lane line, and scoops it in off the glass. Spring Hill on the board. It takes them 3.5 minutes to do it, but they have given up just 1 field goal to this point as well, so just down 1. McKelvey slashes into the paint and can't get the roll. Weber pulls down another rebound as McKelvey had that one touch every part of the cylinder but wouldn't drop. Poked away by Rohr, but he's going to be called for a foul. That's his second. So Preston Rohr, discuss it with the official, but he'll have to take a seat And Davin Johnson will check in for him, a 6-foot senior. For the Broncos, Daniel Mitchell, a 6-foot sophomore, checks in. Mitchell into the game to replace Metcalf. Midway through the opening quarter, a 3-2 Gardner-Edgerton lead in this opening round game. Last 2 times Spring Hill won the championship of this tournament, they did it against Gardner-Edgerton, 0-4 and 0-2. That's Alex Johnson with another lay-in. 3:45 left in the quarter as Spring Hill takes their first lead of the ball game. Weiner with a spin into the paint with the right hand on the finish. There's some of that ball handling. He's good down in the paint, but he can also handle the basketball, and he shows it there as he puts Gardner-Edgerton back in front, 5-4. Jones on the wing, left side. Bounce pass over to Dominic. Aaron trying to create some space underneath. Able to just get enough room to sneak it up between McKelvey and Weiner. 6-5 Broncos. Just under 3 left in the opening quarter. McClure straight away. Off back iron, long rebound Jones. Numbers for the Broncos. Jones pulls it away. They'll set up the half court. Quick swing around to Weber. Knocked free by McClure, and he picks his pocket. McClure right at Johnson. Reynolds follows up the miss. And Johnson able to clear it off the second miss. So a 6-5 lead still for Spring Hill. Johnson's got 4 of the 6 for the Broncos, holding it high right. Now Cooper Jones works into the paint, pulls up just inside of the foul line, rattles out. McKelvey with the Gardner-Edgerton rebound. Davin Johnson against Alex Johnson. Out to McKelvey. Reynolds in the corner, goes baseline. Up and under move, and a nice lay-in by Ethan Reynolds as he sidestepped around Aaron Dominic and able to reverse that one in off the glass with 90 seconds to play in the opening quarter. A 7-6 lead, already our 4th lead change as that 1-point lead swaps hands back and forth. Alex Johnson from the left wing, left it short. McKelvey has the rebound tapped into his arms. He'll take it himself, coast to coast, missing the layup. Weiner trying to work around Weber to get that rebound. Ends up tapping it to Alex Johnson of Spring Hill. Just north of a minute left in the period. A 1-point lead for Gardner-Edgerton. Weber wheels his way into the paint. Weiner may have deflected it partially, and Reynolds comes up with it for Gardner-Edgerton. 3-on-2 for the Trailblazers. David Johnson right at Alex Johnson, who did a good job staying straight up. Reynolds kept it alive. McKelvey misfires on a 3, but another offensive rebound for Ethan Reynolds. McKelvey on the slash in. Leaves the layup off the right side, and is cleared by Mitchell for Spring Hill. So a couple of really good looks off some rebounding on the offensive glass for the 5'10 junior Ethan Reynolds. Not the guy you'd necessarily expect for 5 first-quarter rebounds already, as McKelvey picks up a cheap foul out on the perimeter with a reach. McKelvey's first, 3rd team foul on Gardner-Edgerton, as Kellen Keyser will check in for Gardner-Edgerton now. 6-foot junior replacing Reynolds, and Wes Book brings Luke Metcalf back in along with Evan Letellier and Landon Kaiser. And I guess neither Letellier or Metcalf will be allowed to come in. Neither of them had their jersey tucked in when they stepped onto the floor, so the official sends them back to the bench, and Daniel Mitchell and Ryan Weber will both come back out onto the floor. (7-6). Gardner-Edgerton by 1, a half minute left in the quarter. Weber with 15. Jones on the left wing, down to 12. Working against McClure, gives it up to Weber, looks at the clock with 8 seconds. Working against Weiner. Top of the key, Weber trying to throw backside, nobody there. Stolen by Gardner-Edgerton's McClure. Up to Keyser. He got it up in time, and it goes around and in. So Keyser looked like he almost short-armed it when thinking the clock was going to expire on him, but it gets the roll to go, and it's a 9-6 lead for Gardner-Edgerton through one here on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Vision Source. Weitzel Optometry Vision Source has been the leader in optometry services and vision care in Spring Hill for more than 20 years. Weitzel Optometry offers comprehensive eye care, as well as the latest, most popular lenses and frames for Spring Hill and the surrounding communities. Experience modern eye care with advanced diagnostic technology and vision correction products. And with the experience of Doctors Weitzel and Bloodgood, you're sure to see the results you're looking for. To schedule your appointment, call Weitzel Optometry Vision Source at 913-592-2020. When it comes to protecting your family, home, and business, look to a local, community-minded agent. In Spring Hill, that's Allstate agent Libby Clark. With more than 15 years of industry experience, Libby and her team are committed to providing a customized family protection plan that fits your needs. A full-service agency, Libby Clark offers a broad range of insurance and financial services, building relationships with a focus on helping their neighbors. That's the Libby Clark Agency. Visit them on the southeast corner of 223rd and Harrison in Spring Hill. This is Bronco basketball on Spring Hill Sports Live.
9-6 Gardner-Edgerton on top of Spring Hill as we head to the second quarter, opening round of the Spring Hill Invitational Basketball Tournament. 4 lead changes in that opening 8 minutes, no ties. And the Trailblazers by 3 as David Johnson takes the 3. Metcalf may have gotten a finger on that one as it came up well short. Letillier pulls down the rebound for Spring Hill. Broncos with that rebound, and Gardner-Edgerton now even 9 apiece on the glass. 2 first quarter turnovers by Spring Hill. Gardner-Edgerton was clean, did not turn it over in that opening period. And a 3-point lead for the Trailblazers of Gardner-Edgerton High School. This is Letillier for the tie. You betcha. 9 up now after Evan Letillier splashes down a 3, his 4th of the year on the assist by Kaiser. And we're even at 9 with 7:15 remaining in the first half. Zone defense still for Spring Hill. They've stayed in that the majority of this first half. Weiner, he'll fire the 3 from the corner. Tapped back up off the rim, and Johnson eventually clears for Spring Hill. They've led by 1 twice. Spring Hill has a chance to grab that lead back on this possession. Metcalf up top, Johnson, he'll pull the trigger for 3. It's short, and Reynolds has his 6th rebound already for Gardner-Edgerton. Behind the back, put it on the money to David Johnson, who lays it in. Ethan Reynolds having a ball game early on. 2 points, 6 rebounds, and a nice assist right there to put Gardner-Edgerton up 11-9. Letillier on the left wing. Metcalf flashed open for a moment. Instead, it's Alex Johnson high off the glass and then commits the foul after the miss. David Johnson on the rebound. And Alex hammered him on the arm as he tried to come back and get that loose ball. That's Johnson's first and the team's first. Ryan Weber, Aaron Dominic both back in for Spring Hill. Jake McClure back in for Gardner-Edgerton. It's Kaiser, Metcalf, Weber, Letillier, and Dominic for Spring Hill. Johnson, Keyser, Weiner, McClure, and Reynolds for Gardner-Edgerton. 6 minutes to play, second quarter, a 2-point Gardner-Edgerton lead. Keyser back to Reynolds. Crosses up Kaiser, gives to McClure, top of the key. He's hit 1 deep 3 already. Passed on that one, and now it's taken away from Weiner by Letillier. First turnover by Gardner-Edgerton as Weiner just a little bit soft with the basketball there, holding it in one hand, and Letillier came from behind to swipe it. Letillier back to Weber, who is scoreless to this point. 12.5 points per night. He and Cooper Jones, who combined for 24 points per game, have Both been scoreless throughout this one. A foul is called on the floor against Gardner-Edgerton. They'll chart that one to Kellen Keyser. His first, team's fourth. And Devin McKelvey back in for Gardner-Edgerton, replacing Austin Weiner. Weber into Dominic. Hands back to Weber. And they're going to call, I believe, Dominic here for a foul. He was trying to clear some space for Weber to work, and that's exactly what they do. They call Aaron Dominic for the foul, his first, team second, with 5:09 to go in the first half. An 11-9 lead for Gardner-Edgerton. One tie, 4 lead changes so far. They've got it. They're 11 points, all from different sources, as Reynolds is caught underneath the basket. Got it out. Now McClure with Letillier in his face. Missed the three. Weber the rebound for Spring Hill. 5 different guys have scored 1 bucket apiece for Gardner-Edgerton. And for Spring Hill, they got a 3 from Evan Letillier. 4 to lead the way on a couple of buckets from Alex Johnson. McKelvey with the steal. McKelvey with the lay-in. So make that now 6 different guys who have scored 1 bucket each for Gardner-Edgerton. And the 4-point lead, the largest of the game for the Trailblazers. Weber's 3 blocked by Johnson. Keyser to McClure, threads it into McKelvey. Back out to McClure. Extra pass to Reynolds in the corner. Working on Letillier. Pass deflected and stolen by Keyser. Timeout call for by Westbrook. We'll step aside with 30 seconds. We'll go ahead and leave it right here. 4:03 left to play in this first half. Low scoring start to this ball game. Gardner-Edgerton with a 13-9 lead on top of Spring Hill. Alex Johnson of Spring Hill, the only guy who's got multiple buckets in this game, is Gardner-Edgerton has 2 from Reynolds, 2 from Johnson, 2 from Keyser, 3 from McClure, 2 from McKelvey, and 2 from Weiner. All 4 of the 5 starters have scored, and then they've got 2 guys off of the bench who have already scored. Spring Hill with 4 from Johnson, 2 from Dominic, 2 of their starters, and then off of the bench, Letillier with the 3. And it's a 4-point Gardner-Edgerton lead. Trailblazers trying for their first tournament title here in Spring Hill since 1996. And they last played in the championship in 2014, losing that year to Goddard Eisenhower. 4-point lead right now for Gardner-Edgerton, and Cooper Jones trims it down to 1. So I've mentioned his big game last Thursday, 27 at Tonganoxie. 17 came in the fourth quarter. Took him a little bit to get going that night as well, and hopefully that 3 will get Cooper on a roll tonight. One of their better 3-point shooters on the team, now leads the team with 17 made 3-point field goals this year. He's pulled the Broncos back within 1. Austin Weiner from the corner misfires on a 3, and Jones with the rebound for Spring Hill as the Broncos will have a chance to take the lead back with 3:15 left here in the second quarter. Weber yet to score tonight. Johnson to Dominic on the elbow. Hands to Jones. Now Alex Johnson on the attack. Underneath the bucket, out to Mitchell in the corner, and the 3 is good from Daniel Mitchell as the Broncos take the lead back 15-13 on our 5th lead change of the first half. Weiner, hesitation, and then a drive. That little hesitation move got Dominic back on his heels just enough to allow Weiner to burst by him and tie the game at 15. Jones, backdoor lob for Johnson. Couldn't catch it clean. And it goes off of Dominic and out of bounds. We've seen him run that backdoor lob play a lot this year. And that time, the 6'6" big man underneath for Gardner-Edgerton was able to get a hand up there and didn't make it an easy catch at all for Alex Johnson. And this is Weiner now from Reynolds. They had numbers 3-on-1 and they capitalized as Gardner-Edgerton takes the lead back at 17-15 with 2:03 left in the first half. Full half's been played within a 6-point window right now. Alex Johnson, left wing, three won't go, but the ball tapped back out to Mitchell. Broncos will reset. Johnson on a cut, fouled from behind by Keyser. Fifth foul against Gardner-Edgerton. It's the second on Kellen Keyser. David Johnson will replace Keyser for Gardner-Edgerton. Metcalf and Letillier both check back in for Spring Hill. Weber on the baseline inbound for Spring Hill. Running out of time and just got it in, or did he? He did not. 5-second violation against Spring Hill. .145 left in the half. Trailblazers with the ball up by 2. Their largest lead has been 4. Spring Hill's largest lead 2. 2 ties, 6 lead changes in this opening half. McKelvey from the right corner. Back up top to McClure. One-handed bounce pass by McKelvey, trying to get David Johnson on a backdoor cut, but it goes out of bounds as Johnson and McKelvey not hooked up on the same page there. 1:20 left to play. Second quarter. Spring Hill with the ball back down by 2. Jones off the bounce, down to the block. Good look to the backside block where Dominic was waiting, and he's fouled from behind by Ethan Reynolds. 2 shots coming up for Spring Hill's Aaron Dominic. The first free throws for either team in this game, and what's been a pretty clean first half of basketball. Just 6 fouls against Gardner-Edgerton to this point with 1:07 left in the half, and only 2 fouls against Spring Hill so far. First free throw misses from Dominic. He has struggled this year at the line, just now 2 out of 15 for the season. And he goes 0 for 2 at the line, but it goes off of Weiner on that rebound, so Spring Hill will keep possession. Alex Johnson is back in replacing Dominic. .106 left in the half. Weber into Jones in the left corner. Gets around McClure. Layup is off the glass but missed. Weiner the rebound. Missed chance for Jones. He had his defender beat but could not lay it off the glass for 2. And it remains a 2-point deficit for Spring Hill. This time Johnson and McKelvey hook up, but Johnson then stumbles to the floor. May have rolled his ankle. And in the process is called for the travel. Johnson will stay in the game, but he winces as he works his way back down to the defensive end of the floor. Under a minute left in the half. Spring Hill down by 2. Letillier out to Jones. Up top, Alex Johnson. Now around to Weber. He'll fire for 3, but leaves it off the front iron. McClure with the backside rebound. Under 30 to go for Gardner-Edgerton. Trailblazers by 2. Some pressure out of the ball by Luke Metcalf. Sophomore point guard Jake McClure works left. Tosses back out to Johnson. Scoops to McKelvey. Splits defenders. And then he's called for a travel. Had a little bit of a shuffle as he tried to set his feet to make the pass to Weiner. And that's the 5th turnover all in this quarter for Gardner-Edgerton. They didn't turn it over in the first, but have now turned it over 5 times here in the second quarter. Just 7 seconds. Jones with 5 at the top of the key. Cooper back up to Alex Johnson's got to get it up, and instead of foul on David Johnson with 0.9 seconds left, and that will put Alex at the free throw line for a 1-and-1. 7th team foul against Gardner-Edgerton, the first on David Johnson. It puts Johnson, a 75% free throw shooter, at the line for a 1-and-1. Front end is good, and he'll have a chance to now tie it. And he does. McClure from half court. It'll count if it goes, and it's banked off the glass a little bit too strong. He gave it a run. But through a half of basketball, we're right where we started. All even, 17 all. Spring Hill and Gardner-Edgerton at the half. Coming up on the halftime show, brought to you by Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance. We'll take a look back at the first half and the numbers from that first half. It's even at 17 apiece here at the half of the opening round of the Spring Hill Invitational Basketball Tournament. Your local farmer's insurance agent is Leah Smith. With more than 10 years of industry experience in both Kansas and Missouri, Leah is sure to customize the right plan for you. Her straightforward and personalized approach will help you better understand your coverage options. Stop on by at 159th and Merlin, right up the street in South Olathe, or call 913-221-0755. Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance, proudly serving Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Shop local and save at Price Chopper, your hometown grocery store in Spring Hill. Price Chopper has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy hand-cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need, from apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Plus, the Spring Hill Price Chopper is now your home for Dunkin' Donuts. Locally owned and operated, Price Chopper in Spring Hill. Open daily 6 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Are you looking for a trusted heating or air conditioning contractor in the Spring Hill area? Look no further than Comfort Designs. Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated for more than 20 years, Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
Prime Accounting Solutions in Spring Hill is here to help you and your business grow. From accounting services to tax planning, Prime Accounting is here to help you meet your goals and achieve your dreams. The accountants at Prime Accounting Solutions stay up to date on the latest news and information, ensuring the best options, services, and returns for you. Give Prime Accounting Solutions a call at 913-592-2050. Visit them at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or go online to primeaccounting.net. This is Bronco Basketball on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Welcome inside the Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance halftime show. Leah has over 10 years of industry experience in both Kansas and Missouri. To learn more, call 913-221-0755. Just up the street at 159th and Merlin, Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance, proudly serving Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos. We're all even, 17 apiece here at the break between Gardner-Edgerton and Spring Hill. Look back on our White Cell Optometry eye on the game to tell you how we got here. A first half that featured 3 ties and 6 lead changes. The whole half played inside of a 6-point window. And Spring Hill led by only 2, and Gardner-Edgerton's largest lead was just 4 in the first half. The Trailblazers took the lead on a 3-pointer by Jake McClure in the opening minute of this game, but that was the only 3 they would give up in the first half. The Spring Hill defense was the opening minute of the game to Gardner-Edgerton. Spring Hill answered with back-to-back buckets from Alex Johnson to tie or take their first lead at 4-3, and then the lead would switch back and forth from a 1-point Gardner-Edgerton lead back to a 1-point Spring Hill lead, and it went that way for the remainder of the first quarter until a layup by Kellen Kiesler on the final seconds of the first quarter made it 9-6. Gardner-Edgerton through 1. Spring Hill came back, tied things up right away to start the second quarter at 9 before Gardner-Edgerton scored back-to-back buckets, giving them their largest lead of the first half at the 4.5-minute mark when they were up 13-9. But the Broncos would answer then with back-to-back 3-pointers to take their largest first-half lead at 15-13. And then after Gardner-Edgerton had retaken the lead 17-15. A couple of Alex Johnson free throws with 1 second left in the first half tied this game back up at 17 apiece. 3 ties, 6 lead changes, 17 all at the break. That's your Eye on the Game, brought to you by White Cell Optometry Vision Source. Keep an eye on your child's screen time. If they're experiencing eye strain or headaches, it might be a good time for an exam. Make an appointment with White Cell Optometry Vision Source by calling 913-592-2020 and be sure to ask about the 2020 rule. 17-17. Spring Hill and Gardner-Edgerton in the opening round of the Spring Hill Invitational. Back with more of the Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance halftime show next on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Weitzel Optometry Vision Source has been the leader in optometry services and vision care in Spring Hill for more than 20 years. Weitzel Optometry offers comprehensive eye care, as well as the latest, most popular lenses and frames for Spring Hill and the surrounding communities. Experience modern eye care with advanced diagnostic technology and vision correction products. And with the experience of Doctors Weitzel and Bloodgood, you're sure to see the results you're looking for. To schedule your appointment, call Weitzel Optometry Vision Source at 913-592-2020.
Elliott Insurance Group is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and USD 230. At Elliott Insurance Group, we work, live, and shop in our local communities, serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years. Elliott Insurance Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Insurance Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Spring Hill, call 913-592-5552 or visit elliottInsurancegroup.com.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center. As Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center, they work on all makes and models, even RV, marine, aviation, motorcycles, and more. Shoemaker Collision offers free estimates and loaners, plus they will work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095.
Are you looking for a trusted heating or air conditioning contractor in the Spring Hill area? Look no further than Comfort Designs. Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated for more than 20 years, Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
This is Bronco Basketball on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Welcome back inside the Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance halftime show, opening round of the Spring Hill Invitational, and we're all square between Spring Hill and Gardner-Edgerton, 17 apiece here at the break. 3 ties, 6 lead changes in the opening half. Gardner-Edgerton, led by Austin Weiner, he has 6 in that first half, one of 6 different guys who have scored for Gardner-Edgerton. Nobody else has more than a bucket, though. Weiner with 6, Jake McClure with 3, Tevin McKelvey, Kellen Keyser, David Johnson, and Ethan Reynolds all with 2. Reynolds leads the team with 6 rebounds, also a team-high 2 assists. McKelvey, Weiner, and McClure all with 2 first-half rebounds. For Spring Hill, top scorer in the half was Alex Johnson with 6. He also pulled down a team-high 3 rebounds and dished out a team-high 2 assists. Cooper Jones, Evan Letillier, Daniel Mitchell, they've each got 3 on a solo 3-pointer from each of them. And Aaron Dominic has 2 points along with 2 rebounds. Dominic, Mitchell, and Jones each with 2 boards. Johnson and Weber tied with the team high with 3 rebounds apiece. Spring Hill had 4 first-half turnovers only, 2 in each quarter. Gardner-Edgerton had 5 first-half turnovers. All 5 came in the second quarter. And on the glass right now, a +1 for Gardner-Edgerton. They've got a 14-13 edge on the glass. Gardner-Edgerton made just 1 first-half 3-pointer, while Spring Hill knocked down 3 trays in that opening half. And at the free throw line, Spring Hill 2 out of 4. Gardner-Edgerton did not get to the free throw line, as Spring Hill was called for just 2 first-half fouls. 17-17 as we head to the second half. You've been watching the Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance halftime show. Second half is next on Spring Hill Sports Live. Your local Farmers Insurance agent is Leah Smith. With more than 10 years of industry experience in both Kansas and Missouri, Leah is sure to customize the right plan for you. Her straightforward and personalized approach will help you better understand your coverage options. Stop on by at 159th and Merlin, right up the street in South Olathe, or call 913-221-0755. Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance, proudly serving Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Shop local and save at Price Chopper, your hometown grocery store in Spring Hill. Price Chopper has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy hand-cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need, from apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Plus, the Spring Hill Price Chopper is now your home for Dunkin' Donuts. Locally owned and operated, Price Chopper in Spring Hill. Open daily 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. This is Bronco basketball on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Welcome back inside Spring Hill High School as we head to the second half tonight. Gardner-Edgerton and Spring Hill even up 17 apiece as the Broncos break the huddle to start half number 2. Johnson, Weber, Jones, Dominic, and Metcalf. Same starting 5 for the game in there for Spring Hill. And the starters back out there for Gardner-Edgerton as well. Reynolds, Rohr, McClure, McKelvey, and Weiner. Rohr, number 12 in blue, the one standing off the ball. He didn't play a whole lot in that first half as he picked up 2 first-quarter fouls and did not come back into the game after picking up that second foul of the first quarter. The other guys played the majority of that first half. Jones from the corner for the Broncos. And a reach-in foul, a hack across the arm committed by Austin Weiner. His first, team's first, to start half number 2. Weber to inbound for Spring Hill. Broncos had a large lead of only 2 in the first half, but trailed by no more than 4. A 6-point window the entire first 16 minutes played inside of 3 ties and 6 lead changes. See if either team can put together any run in the second half to take some control of this game. A nice patient play underneath by Aaron Dominic. He got Weiner to bite on the head fake. Got him in the air, went up as he was going back down. As Dominic now with 4 points. Not a big-time score. The 4 points is tied his season high. And it's 19-17 Spring Hill. McClure underneath to Weiner. Touches it right back out to Reynolds. Weiner relocates, has it deep in the corner. Rohr to McKelvey, flashed into the paint, and a quick spin move back to the right side. Tevin McKelvey able to lay it up and in for Gardner-Edgerton and knot it up at 19. Just over a minute gone in the second half. Flare out to Weber on the right side. Ryan did not score in the first half. This is a floater from Cooper Jones that drops through. 21-19 Spring Hill. McKelvey was unguarded for a moment. Bounces it into Weiner. Finger roll. Crawls over the front lip of the rim and drops through for Austin Weiner to even it at 21 apiece. Weiner now with 8 for Gardner-Edgerton. The only player, I guess now McKelvey had one earlier, his second bucket. But at halftime, Weiner was the only guy who had multiple baskets for Gardner-Edgerton. Even at 21 right now as Johnson drives at Weiner. Missed the layup, trying to tap the rebound out. It goes instead to McKelvey as he races coast to coast, showing off that speed and quickness both as he lays it in with the left hand. And with 5:50 left in the third, McKelvey puts Gardner-Edgerton back in front on our 8th lead change of the ball game. 23-21 Trailblazers. And that pass by Weber, I'm not sure where he was going with it. He floats it over the head of Jones and out of bounds. 5th turnover on Spring Hill, and Weber will head to the bench as Daniel Mitchell replaces him. And a tough night for Ryan Weber. No points, no assists, 3 rebounds for the player that leads this team in all 3, scoring, rebounding, and assists coming in. And a tough night, though, for the 6'1 junior guard Ryan Weber. He's now on the bench, and the Broncos trail by 2 as McKelvey works in the mid-post. Not a big guy, only 6 foot. But quick, and when he plays inside of the paint, you can see the damage he can do as the bigs inside can't keep up with the quickness. As McKelvey's got a quick 6 here in this third quarter, 8 for the game, matching Weiner for the team lead. And Gardner-Edgerton is back out to what's matched their largest lead of the game, 25-21. Back in a moment on Spring Hill Sports Live.
When it comes to protecting your family, home, and business, look to a local, community-minded agent. In Spring Hill, that's Allstate agent Libby Clark. With more than 15 years of industry experience, Libby and her team are committed to providing a customized family protection plan that fits your needs. A full-service agency, Libby Clark offers a broad range of insurance and financial services, building relationships with a focus on helping their neighbors. That's the Libby Clark Agency. Visit them on the southeast corner of 223rd and Harrison in Spring Hill. This is Bronco basketball on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Gardner-Edgerton has put together the game's biggest run here over the last minute and a half as they have taken a 25-21 lead. And with 5:29 left here in the third quarter, that largest run has pushed their lead back to 4. We'll get that score bug fixed for you as it's a 25-21 lead. Weiner the rebound off the Johnson miss. 5 minutes left to play in this third quarter. The 6-0 run, the largest for either team in this ball game right now. Roar on the left wing from McClure, knocks down a 3. And that run for Gardner-Edgerton has pushed the lead up to 7 with 4:50 left in the third quarter, and now a turnover. Jones loses the basketball. Roars has it stripped out of his hands by Jones. So a good hustle back defensively by Cooper Jones to avoid giving up the easy 2. But Gardner-Edgerton still with the ball, a chance to extend to a 7-point lead. McKelvey's 3 is short. Daniel Mitchell pulls down the rebound for Spring Hill. Kaiser underneath Dominic. Back out to Johnson on the wing, left side. Alex with 6 to lead the way tonight for Spring Hill, but another turnover. This time it's McKelvey with the steal and the two-handed dunk on the other end to make it 30-21 Gardner-Edgerton. An 11-0 run from Gardner-Edgerton, from down 2 to up 9 over the course of 2.5 minutes. Jones in trouble on the baseline, and a jump ball, I believe, is going to be the call, and it is. And the possession arrow will give it back to Gardner-Edgerton. So it's a 4th turnover here in the third quarter by Spring Hill. It matches their turnover total from the first half, and they've done it, unfortunately, in a matter of 4 minutes and 4 seconds into the second half. Letellier and Mitchell come into the game for Spring Hill. David Johnson has checked in for Gardner-Edgerton. A 9-point lead for the Trailblazers. Weiner working from the baseline. Lobs it back up top as Kellen Kieser has also checked in now for Gardner-Edgerton. That's who has the basketball here. Johnson off the deflection, comes up with it. 3.5 to go in third quarter. Game was tied at 17 at the half. But it's been Gardner-Edgerton with a 13-4 advantage here in quarter number 3. Foul called on Ryan Weber of Spring Hill. His first, team's first. Just the 3rd foul total in this game, going both halves combined against Spring Hill. And the Broncos down by 9. Weiner from the short corner, missed the baseline jumper long. Daniel Mitchell, the backside rebound, as he's pulled down his 4th board of this game, matching a season high. The Broncos need some points, though. They got to end this drought. Gone 3.5 minutes without scoring, and have seen their deficit grow to 9. Kaiser up top, Letellier. Mitchell now in the corner. And throws it out of bounds. McKelvey and Reynolds back in for Gardner-Edgerton. 2:40 left in the third. A scoring drought of now 4 minutes for the Spring Hill Broncos. Mitchell gets his hands on the basketball and forces a turnover. Weber with a steal. Out to Kaiser. Up top, Letillier. He can't get the quick shot off. Now Letillier will look to do it off the bounce. Comes back up top to Mitchell. A drive around Roar. A right-handed scoop kissed in off the glass for the sophomore Daniel Mitchell. That ends that long drought of about 4.5 minutes for Spring Hill. But the Broncos still trail by 7. Johnson pulls up over Dominic and connects. 32-23. Gardner-Edgerton with just under 2 to go in the third quarter. Kaiser from the baseline pulls up over Johnson and knocks one down. First basket of the game from Landon Kaiser. Gardner-Edgerton lead is 7, and a blocking foul is going to be called on Daniel Mitchell. That'll be Daniel's first and the team's second. Cooper Jones and Alex Johnson will both check back in for Spring Hill. Kaiser and Dominic exit the lineup. 1:36 left in quarter number 3. 7-point lead for the Gardner-Edgerton Trailblazers. A 15-8 advantage in this third quarter for Gardner-Edgerton. They're 2 points shy here in the period of their entire first half production. And McKelvey's been a big part of that. He's got 6 in the quarter. This is Reynolds. A little floater over Johnson drops. And it's 34-25 with 1:11 left in the third. Like to see Spring Hill get this lead down to 5 or so before the end of this quarter. They've got time for maybe 2-for-1 possessions here, and if they can get a couple of buckets and a stop, get some momentum back for them heading into the fourth. McClure and Weiner both return for Gardner-Edgerton. Metcalf returns for Spring Hill. Weber underneath Mitchell. They weren't guarding him, and Mitchell capitalizes. So that's 7 now from Daniel Mitchell. The lead is 7 with 47 seconds to go in the third. Reynolds, quick three-pointer off the heel. Johnson the rebound, and he's fouled by Weiner. So that is exactly what Spring Hill wanted there. A quick shot from Gardner-Edgerton. And that missed 3 by Reynolds. It was a wide open one, but it'll give Spring Hill a chance to get the basketball back here for this final 40 seconds and do just what I mentioned. Try to get this lead back down to 5 before the end of the quarter. 30 seconds left. That pass lobbed over to Jones. Now Cooper into the middle of the paint. A little floater for the middle of the lane. Gets the roll. So they've got it back to 5 at 34-29 with under 20 seconds left in the third. Now they need to stop, though. Weiner from the top of the key. Bounces to McKelvey. Reverse lay-in is good with 8 seconds left. Took a long time to get that ball inbounded. They lost about 5 seconds, and then Cooper Jones draws iron from half court. But the late bucket by McKelvey, who's now got 10 for Gardner-Edgerton, has put the Trailblazers up 7 as we go to the fourth on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Elliott Insurance Group is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and USD 230. At Elliott Insurance Group, we work, live, and shop in our local communities, serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years. Elliott Insurance Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Insurance Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Spring Hill, call 913-592-5552 or visit elliottInsurancegroup.com.
When it comes to helping people with their finances, a cookie-cutter approach doesn't work. That's why you need Kim Thompson at Prudential Financial in Spring Hill. Kim knows that everyone's different. She'll listen to you and discuss your hopes and dreams, allowing you to focus on what's important. At Kim Thompson Financial, they focus on protecting your family, saving for retirement, living in retirement, financial strategy, saving for education, and your small business. To learn more, visit Kim Thompson Prudential Financial at the corner of Victory and Webster in Spring Hill, or call 913-592-5573. is Bronco basketball on Spring Hill Sports Live.
We go to the fourth tonight here in Spring Hill with Gardner-Edgerton on top of the Spring Hill Broncos 36-29 as we start the final period. Gardner-Edgerton with a big third quarter, an 11-0 run over a 4-minute drought by Spring Hill. Gave them their big lead of 9 points, and it currently sits at 7. Spring Hill at one point had it back down to 5 right before the end of that third quarter. McKelvey with the rebound after that miss by Jones. Rohr unable to convert on the other end, and Johnson clears the Spring Hill rebound. It was a 19-point quarter as Daniel Mitchell hits a three-pointer for Spring Hill. They desperately needed that one. And I think they're going to call a delay of game warning against Spring Hill's Cooper Jones. But Daniel Mitchell with that three's got 10. It matches his season high. He had 10 back on opening night against Atchison. So the second game into double figures this year for Daniel Mitchell. And that three-pointer brings the deficit down to 4 as Alex Johnson commits a foul on that catch by Weiner. It's the third foul against Spring Hill. For Alex, it's his second. A 19-12 advantage in quarter number 3 for Gardner-Edgerton. But their once 9-point lead down to 4 after that three by Mitchell. Weiner from the short corner. Trying to skip it across the court, threw it over McKelvey's head and out of bounds. 7:05 to play in the ball game. A turnover back to Spring Hill. Broncos will have a chance to get this back to a one-possession game on this possession here as Johnson will inbound into Jones, who catches it on a run towards his hoop. As Metcalf top of the key, it's Johnson instead who got the pass from Jones and finishes with a flying one-handed dunk. 8 points from Alex Johnson. That one packed a little momentum with it as he pulls the Broncos within 2 and gets the students up off the bench. This ball knocked out of bounds by Mitchell. It'll stay with Gardner-Edgerton. 6:43 left in the fourth, 36-34. Trailblazers took the lead on an 11-0 run. We haven't had a lead change since that 6:19 mark at the third quarter, but we've had a bunch of them in the game. 5 ties, 8 lead changes, and what was a back-and-forth game up until that 11-0 run. The Broncos, since the 2-minute mark, though, of the third quarter, have answered with a 13-6 run to get back into the ball game. Blocking foul here against Spring Hill. It'll be called against Daniel Mitchell. They call it on the floor. So a baseline inbound. That's the fourth foul against Spring Hill. Second on Mitchell. McClure inbounds. They wanted to get it back to him as he ran the baseline, but Spring Hill took that away, and McKelvey instead misses the bank shot, rebounded by Luke Metcalf. And a chance to tie or perhaps even take a lead now for Spring Hill. Jones down the left lane line and a foul on the floor. A hold called against Gardner-Edgerton. Only the third foul whistled against the Trailblazers in the second half. They've cleaned that up a little bit after they were whistled for 7 in the first half. Jake McClure gets the personal, his first. Weber into Johnson. Alex working against Rohr. Has about a 5-inch advantage there on the height, and he worked it to his advantage. A little spin move back inside. Finish with a right hand and ties the game at 36. But McKelvey on the other end gets the lead right back to Gardner-Edgerton. He's got a dozen to lead the way for the Trailblazers, and he makes it 38-36. Weber unable to finish as Reynolds may have altered that one slightly. Rohr from the corner. Three-pointer is good, and Gardner-Edgerton back up by 5. And a timeout is called for. Both coaches, in fact, were calling for timeout. And I think they're going to give the timeout first to Gardner-Edgerton. So they're going to charge it to Steve Wallace as he's laughing about with the officials. As both Westbrook and Steve Wallace were up calling for timeout, but they recognized Steve Wallace calling for it first. The first charge timeout to Gardner-Edgerton, who has now taken a 41-36 lead on that three-pointer by Preston Rohr. He's hit a pair of threes in this second half. And after Spring Hill had tied this game up on a 7-0 run to start the fourth quarter. 5 quick ones to answer for Gardner-Edgerton has given the Trailblazers their 5-point lead back. Johnson, Weber, Mitchell, Metcalf, and Jones break the huddle for Spring Hill. Weiner, Rohr, McClure, Reynolds, and McKelvey for Gardner-Edgerton with 5:33 left in the ball game and a 5-point Trailblazer lead. Alex Johnson out to Mitchell. He's had a season-high 10 points tonight. Missed that 3. McKelvey gathers the rebound with a full head of steam the other way. Finish won't go over top of Johnson, but Weiner able to get the putback, and he draws a foul in the process. So a 3-point opportunity for Austin Weiner as Daniel Mitchell commits his 3rd foul. Weiner now the 2nd player into double figures for the Trailblazers. How quickly that lead disappeared and how quickly it came back. It took Spring Hill 2 minutes and 5 seconds to erase the 7-point gap, and it's taken Gardner-Edgerton only about 45 seconds to put it back up to 8. As Weiner knocks down the first free throw attempted to this game by Gardner-Edgerton, and it's now 44-36 Trailblazers. Staggered double screen up top for Weber. Nothing comes of it. Now Johnson sends it over to Jones on the right side, and he traveled on the takeoff. That's the 10th turnover on Spring Hill. Kellen Keyser checks in for Gardner-Edgerton, replacing McKelvey. Under 5 left to play in the ball game. An 8-0 run by Gardner-Edgerton after they saw their 7-point lead that they had to open the quarter disappear in the opening 2 minutes of the frame. Taking some air out of the basketball now as Gardner-Edgerton works it around the perimeter. Spring Hill sitting back in a zone defense. They're probably going to have to either extend that zone or break it into a man, as that clock is not the friend of the Broncos right now. 4:20 left. And Gardner-Edgerton, without much pressure at all out on the perimeter, they're going to be perfectly content with just playing hot potato. Weber nearly came up with a steal there. Into the corner for Rohr. 3-pointer missed, and it's Johnson the rebound for Spring Hill. A lot of time came off, but they get the stop. And they got to get some offense. And a foul as Jake McClure got caught with a hand in the cookie jar for his 2nd, team's 4th. And with 3:57 to go in the fourth quarter, a timeout on the floor. We're back in a moment. You're watching Spring Hill High School basketball on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Weitzel Optometry Vision Source has been the leader in optometry services and vision care in Spring Hill for more than 20 years. Weitzel Optometry offers comprehensive eye care, as well as the latest, most popular lenses and frames for Spring Hill and the surrounding communities. Experience modern eye care with advanced diagnostic technology and vision correction products. And with the experience of Doctors Weitzel and Bloodgood, you're sure to see the results you're looking for. To schedule your appointment, call Weitzel Optometry Vision Source at 913-592-2020. This is Bronco basketball on Spring Hill Sports Live.
44-36, Gardner-Edgerton on top of Spring Hill with 3:57 to play in the fourth. A game that was tied at 17 at the half. A 19-12 third quarter advantage for Gardner-Edgerton gave the Trailblazers a 7-point lead coming into the fourth quarter. Spring Hill erased the 7-point gap in the opening 2 minutes to tie the game at 36 with 6:05 left in the fourth. But then Gardner-Edgerton answered with 8 straight, and they are currently still on their 8-0 run as they've pushed the lead up to 44-36. Spring Hill will inbound. Alex Johnson to put it into play with just under 4 left in the fourth. Ryan Weber still scoreless tonight. His season low is 7. He's had at least 7 every game, and now he turns it over again as McKelvey gets the steal. They've got a 3-on-1, and then McKelvey with an ill-advised pass, a bounce pass behind his back that's turned back over to Spring Hill. Quick trigger from Jones, rattles home a three. They needed that to go, ending that 8-0 run. Jones into double figures for the third straight game, and it's 44-39 with 3.5 to play. They break the pressure, get an easy lay-in from Austin Weiner as Gardner-Edgerton puts it back up to 7, 3:20 left. And Weber, coming in off of a 16-point night last Thursday, scoreless in this one. McClure the rebound after the Jones miss. Their other two top scorers on the year, Johnson and Jones, each with 10. Daniel Mitchell has matched a season high with 10 as well. 3 guys in double figures for Spring Hill, but they're missing points from the guy that averages 12.5 for him, Ryan Weber. Gardner-Edgerton, meanwhile, has 2 guys in double figures. 25 of their 46 have come from Weiner and McKelvey. McKelvey with a dozen, Weiner with a baker's dozen. Foul against Spring Hill as Aaron Dominic is called for his second and the 6th team foul against Spring Hill. Daniel Mitchell checking in for the Broncos. Preston Rohr enters for Gardner-Edgerton. Jake McClure will put the ball into play with 2:46 left in the fourth. McClure underneath to Weiner, and he lost it out of bounds. Ethan Reynolds back into the game for Gardner-Edgerton, replacing McClure. 2.5 left. Spring Hill down 7. Mitchell to Jones in the corner. Little step back drive and trying to spin that one off the glass with some English. Didn't get it to go. Now Weber, they need him, and they get one from Ryan Weber. So Weber's first basket of the game is a 3-pointer with 2:07 left in the fourth to pull the Broncos within 4. McKelvey up to Rohr, back to McKelvey, and the left-handed layup missed, but a foul is called against Spring Hill. 2 free throws coming up for Tevin McKelvey. They call it on Aaron Dominic, his 3rd personal foul, 7th team. McKelvey with a dozen points tonight. He's at the line for 2 shots. Gardner-Edgerton has attempted just 1 free throw in this game. It was made by Austin Weiner earlier in this fourth quarter. And now the lefty McKelvey goes to the line, knocking down the first. Jake McClure back in, replacing Kellen Keyser. Perfect at the line for McKelvey. Game high 14 from the senior guard, and a timeout, Spring Hill. 1:59 remaining. And the Broncos down to just 1 timeout for the remaining 1:59 as they trail by 6. They've trailed by as many as 9 in this game. They've trailed by as many as 8 here in the fourth quarter. They had it tied early in the fourth quarter. 2 minutes into this period, they had knotted it up at 36 before an 8-0 Gardner-Edgerton run. And now they're trying to nibble their way back from that 8-point deficit. Had it to 4 a moment ago, but the McKelvey free throws makes it 6. Broncos will have the basketball coming out of this timeout. Gardner-Edgerton is in the 1-and-1 bonus. If Spring Hill has to start going to the fouls, don't have to quite do that yet. Still 2 minutes to go, but they're about a minute away from having to resort to fouls if the deficit remains multiple possessions at that point. For Gardner-Edgerton, they've still got 2 fouls to give. The possession arrow right now favors Gardner-Edgerton. You can see the timeouts there. Gardner-Edgerton still with 4 timeouts to use. Spring Hill down to just 1. Still time, 2 minutes to go, but Spring Hill will have a little bit of a sense of urgency to them offensively now as Alex Johnson sends the flare ball back out to Weber. Up top to Jones. Back to Weber again on the right wing. Just hit a 3 a moment ago for his first basket of this game. Now they look to assist one as Mitchell fires from the corner but can't get it. Weiner has it slapped into his arms by Weber. And Gardner-Edgerton clears with a 6-point lead and 90 seconds to go. Out of the zone into a man-to-man now. Weber commits the foul out near midcourt. That's Ryan's second, and Tevin McKelvey will go back to the free throw line for another 1-and-1. 2 for 2 at the line, a game-high 14 points tonight from McKelvey. Front end is no good, and Aaron Dominic has the rebound for Spring Hill. All alone, Daniel Mitchell unguarded but missed the bunny, and Preston Rohr has the rebound for Gardner-Edgerton. Weber nearly stole it back, but he loses it out of bounds. Good effort there by Ryan, but a big missed opportunity there for Spring Hill. The Broncos still down by 6 with now 1 minute and 12 seconds to go, and a timeout taken by Gardner-Edgerton. It'll just be a 30-second timeout for the Trailblazers. Leaves them with 3 still with 1:12 left in this fourth quarter. So with 1:12 left, still down 6. They already fouled last possession, so I would guess that shows the hand for Spring Hill. They're going to be fouling. Might as well take some gambles, hope for some steals, obviously. Don't just necessarily give it. You don't have to automatically on first catch give the foul. I would expect to see a full court trap from Spring Hill, see if they can't get a turnover. And once that ball crosses midcourt, then you might as well go ahead and give that foul. But as long as it's still in the backcourt, I'd go ahead and play defense with still 1:12 down 6 here and see if you can't force a turnover, maybe get a quick bucket off a turnover by doing it. Johnson will guard the inbound. He's likely to go try to set a trap after, and there he goes. Sophomore Jake McClure splits that double team and draws a foul on the reach by Spring Hill. So a 1-and-1 coming up for McClure. The foul will be charged to Alex Johnson, his third. 19 fouls, so this will be the final 1-and-1 trip. McClure opened the scoring in this ball game with a 3, 1 minute and 3 seconds into the contest, but he has not scored since. And now the sophomore guard will go to the line for a 1-and-1, and he knocks down the front end. Makes this a, for sure, 3-possession game now. McClure perfect at the line. And it's 50-42. 1:08 left in the fourth. Now you got to start hurrying a little bit more. Was that ball deflected? It was not. They're going to say straight out of bounds on the pass by Mitchell. A 12th turnover by Spring Hill. And it gives it back to Gardner-Edgerton with 1:02 to go in an 8-point game. Weiner out to Reynolds, and Reynolds wisely holds on. They had a 3-on-1, almost a 3-on-none, but they're able to take another 3 or so seconds off the clock before eventually Preston Rohr is fouled by Ryan Weber, and that is the 10th team foul. So into the double bonus now as Preston Rohr goes to the line for 2. He's hit a pair of threes in this second half, and now into the line for the first time, and that one rattles out. One out of 2 for Rohr. The lead is up to 9 with under a minute left. Johnson with a lot of time coming off the clock. It's inside but missed the layup. Rohr the rebound, gets it out to McClure. Across the timeline with under a half minute to go, and a foul on Alex Johnson, his 4th. As Jake McClure will go back to the free throw line for 2 shots. McClure hit a pair of free throws a moment ago. And he continues to stay perfect at the line. Now 6 points in the game. lead up to 11. It's the largest lead of the game for Gardner-Edgerton as they have scored the last 7 points. Jones's three is offline. Austin Weiner with the rebound up to Tevin McKelvey, and he'll dribble it through the paint and pull it back out with 15 seconds to go. They will dribble out the final few seconds of this one as Gardner-Edgerton opens up the Spring Hill Invitational with a 53-42 victory over the Spring Hill Broncos. 4-4 the record now for the Trailblazers, and for Spring Hill, they dropped their 6th straight ball game. They are now 3-7 with an 11-point loss tonight in the opening round of this Spring Hill Invitational. We're back to wrap things up for you in the postgame show. That's coming next, brought to you by Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Collision and paint. A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center. As Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center, they work on all makes and models, even RV, marine, aviation, motorcycles, and more. Shoemaker Collision offers free estimates and loaners, plus they will work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095.
Your local Farmers Insurance agent is Leah Smith. With more than 10 years of industry experience in both Kansas and Missouri, Leah is sure to customize the right plan for you. Her straightforward and personalized approach will help you better understand your coverage options. Stop on by at 159th and Merlin, right up the street in South Olathe, or call 913-221-0755. Leah Smith Agency, Farmers Insurance, proudly serving Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
When it comes to helping people with their finances, a cookie-cutter approach doesn't work. That's why you need Kim Thompson at Prudential Financial in Spring Hill. Kim knows that everyone's different. She'll listen to you and discuss your hopes and dreams, allowing you to focus on what's important. At Kim Thompson Financial, they focus on protecting your family, saving for retirement, living in retirement, financial strategy, saving for education, and your small business. To learn more, visit Kim Thompson Prudential Financial at the corner of Victory and Webster in Spring Hill, or call 913-592-5573.
Are you looking for a trusted heating or air conditioning contractor in the Spring Hill area? Look no further than Comfort Designs. Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated for more than 20 years, Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
This is Bronco Basketball on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Welcome into the Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center post-game show here on Spring Hill Sports Live, where the Spring Hill Broncos fall in the opening round of the Spring Hill Invitational to Gardner-Edgerton, 53-42, our final score tonight. The post-game show brought to you by Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center, Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center. They work with all insurance companies and can get you back on the road in no time. To learn more, visit them online at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095. This game had 6 ties and 8 lead changes, but none of them after the 6-minute mark of the fourth quarter. That's when Spring Hill tied this game up at 36. They opened up the fourth quarter with a 7-0 run to knot the game up at 36, and it felt like at that moment this was going to have the same feel it did for the first 2.5 quarters of a back and forth game. But Gardner-Edgerton, they answered that 7-0 run by Spring Hill with an 8-0 run to push the lead back up to 44-36. Spring Hill would close it back down to 4 with 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. But Spring Hill then did not score the final 2 minutes, while Gardner-Edgerton scored the game's final 7 points in that last 1:59 as they ended up knocking down their free throws, going 8 of 10 at the free throw line in the fourth quarter to help close out the victory tonight. 53-42. The 11-point final margin was the largest lead. The largest the lead was tonight for Gardner-Edgerton. Spring Hill's largest lead was only 2. That was at 21-19 early in the third quarter. And also back in the first quarter at 15-13, or back in the second quarter rather at 15-13. But Gardner-Edgerton outscoring Spring Hill tonight, 36-25 in the second half after this game was tied at 17 at halftime. We'll take a timeout, come back with the final numbers for you in this one. Again, your final score, Gardner-Edgerton 53, Spring Hill 42. We'll get to the final numbers from this one and update the bracket for you here from the Spring Hill Invitational. You're watching the Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center post-game show on Spring Hill Sports Live.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center. As Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center, they work on all makes and models, even RV, marine, aviation, motorcycles, and more. Shoemaker Collision offers free estimates and loaners, plus they will work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095.
Prime Accounting Solutions in Spring Hill is here to help you and your business grow. From accounting services to tax planning, Prime Accounting is here to help you meet your goals and achieve your dreams. The accountants at Prime Accounting Solutions stay up to date on the latest news and information, ensuring the best options, services, and returns for you. Give Prime Accounting Solutions a call at 913-592-2050. Visit them at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or go online to primeaccounting.net. When it comes to protecting your family, home, and business, look to a local, community-minded agent. In Spring Hill, that's Allstate agent Libby Clark. With more than 15 years of industry experience, Libby and her team are committed to providing a customized family protection plan that fits your needs. A full-service agency, Libby Clark offers a broad range of insurance and financial services, building relationships with a focus on helping their neighbors. That's the Libby Clark Agency. Visit them on the southeast corner of 223rd and Harrison in Spring Hill. Weitzel Optometry Vision Source has been the leader in optometry services and vision care in Spring Hill for more than 20 years. Weitzel Optometry offers comprehensive eye care, as well as the latest, most popular lenses and frames for Spring Hill and the surrounding communities. Experience modern eye care with advanced diagnostic technology and vision correction products. And with the experience of Doctors Weitzel and Bloodgood, you're sure to see the results you're looking for. To schedule your appointment, call Weitzel Optometry Vision Source at 913-592-2020. This is Bronco Basketball on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Welcome back to the Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center postgame show tonight from Spring Hill High School, the opening round of the Spring Hill Invitational Basketball Tournament. And the Gardner-Edgerton Trailblazers with a 53-42 victory over the Spring Hill Broncos tonight to open up the tournament, as the Gardner-Edgerton Trailblazers will advance on to face Goddard-Eisenhower Thursday night at 6:30 in the semifinals, while Spring Hill drops to the consolation side of the bracket, where they will face KC East Christian Academy on Thursday at 4:45 here from Spring Hill in a consolation matchup, as they will try and work their way through to 5th place, while the Gardner-Edgerton Trailblazers will have hopes of their first Spring Hill Invitational title since '96 still alive after their victory here tonight, 53-42. Look at the final numbers for you. Gardner-Edgerton had 2 guys in double figures, led by Tevin McKelvey, who had 14 tonight. Austin Weiner with 13. And the rest of the scoring had Preston Rohr with 7, Jake McClure with 7, Ethan Reynolds and David Johnson each with 4, and Kellen Kieser added 2. Top rebounder tonight was Weiner. He pulled down 7 boards for Gardner-Edgerton. Ethan Reynolds had 6, and Tevin McKelvey with 5. Jake McClure and Preston Rohr each with 3 assists to lead the way for Gardner-Edgerton. For Spring Hill, 3 guys in double figures. All of them had 10 even. Cooper Jones, Alex Johnson, and Daniel Mitchell. For Daniel Mitchell, the 10 points ties his season high, which he had back on opening night against Atchison. Big miss from the scoring column tonight was Ryan Weber, just 3 points for the junior guard, who came in averaging 12.5 points per game, which was tied with the team high. It's a season low, just 3 points tonight, though, for Weber. And Aaron Dominic added 4. Evan Letillier with 3 to round out the scoring for Spring Hill. Alex Johnson, 6 rebounds in this game, led the way. Daniel Mitchell pulling down 4 as well. Johnson's 3 assists, and Cooper Jones with 3 assists to tie for the team lead there. As the final score again, 53-42 Gardner-Edgerton. We are joined now by the head coach of the Spring Hill Broncos, Wes Book, on the Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center post-game show. Tough loss to open up the Spring Hill Invitational in this game, Coach. Very much of a back-and-forth game until That 11-0 run by Gardner-Edgerton kind of turned the tide early in the third quarter. You did get back and you end up tying the game, but what happened in that third quarter run there that gave the game its first real separation?
Unfortunately, it's a lot of the same stuff, we've been facing. It's just we go through those long lulls where, we don't play with a lot of energy on the defensive end, and we turn the ball over, leads the easy ones on the other end. And, our guys never quit. It's just we got to be able to end those droughts sooner so we don't dig ourselves such a hole because, we're able to always come out and tie the game or get ahead, and it's just never enough at the end.
Yeah, you come back after falling down by 9 to tie the game at 36 in the opening 2 minutes of the fourth quarter, but then an 8-0 run answers right back from Gardner-Edgerton during that, right after you tie that game at 36. How much of that comes, the lulls? Obviously, a scoring lull happens on the offensive side because you got to score the ball offensively to get points. But how much of that comes from the defensive side not getting stops in those times as well?
They go hand in hand, but you got to get stops on defense because, when you get stops on defense, you get out in transition. You're not playing against a set defense on the other end. But in the way we play, we're going to go through that because we shoot so many threes that, when you're not hitting shots, other teams are able to, they're on the flip side of that, they're able to get out in transition, and they're not playing against a set defense. And we do that a lot. My thing, as I told our guys, is, we got to find some guys, some consistency with our top 7, top 8, and we got to be able to play more guys and rotate them through because we just run out of energy.
Well, Daniel Mitchell did give you some good minutes off of the bench in this game, ties the season high with 10 points, only a sophomore, and some moments out there where some of that inexperience shows with Daniel and some of the other underclassmen, but he did make a couple of big shots as well. Is he one of those guys that you're hoping to provide some of those minutes you're talking about?
Yeah, and we talk about it all the time. He's a sophomore, Luke Metcalf's a freshman, and they're going to make some of those mistakes. My message to them, my last thing to them is, we're just right now is our halfway point throughout the season. We've been through a lot of battles. We're going to get some more time here, hopefully coming up, especially next week, to get to practice, and we got to get it figured out. I told you last week Connor Zorn got cleared on Friday. He will not play this week, but we look for him to come back at some point after this week. So he'll at least help bring some leadership. I know he's going to be a little rusty, but a guy that's had a lot of experience in court time, which will help us out as well.
Gardner-Edgerton held Ryan Weber to just 3 points in this game tonight. I mean, every good scorer, every ball player has nights where the ball just won't go in for them as well. But was there anything particular that Gardner-Edgerton was able to do defensively against him to kind of limit what he was able to do offensively?
I just think they picked him up at the free throw line and just kind of ran him out of gas. And again, that keeps going back to that. Our guys they run out of gas too much. We run out of energy, and other teams see that and they know that, and they put the pressure on our guys to make bring the ball down the court takes more energy than they're willing to give out sometimes, and they did a good job wearing him out. We got to switch him and Cooper Jones off the point every once in a while, give him a break, but you got to give them a lot of credit.
Tomorrow, KC East Christian Academy. You get a chance to watch any of that game earlier today. It happened at 3 o'clock, so you might have still been doing school duties and stuff, but did you get a chance to see anything from that game or what we can expect in your ball game coming? I said tomorrow night, I guess, but Thursday night?
Yeah, luckily I did. I get playing last hour of the day, so I was able to watch that game. They have some talented kids that play hard. They were in a matchup with a really good Goddard-Eisenhower team, so it's kind of hard. I know their first quarter they played really well, but they give up 100, but they scored 67. Anytime you can score 67, they got a few guys that can score it. But to me, it's not about really the other teams. It's more about us. I mean, we got to get better at what we do. I thought every once in a while, every game, it's like we take a few steps, forward, but then there's always a step back somewhere in an area of the game. So, there'll be another good challenge for us. But, with who we've been playing, I wouldn't say they're the most talented team that we will play, but it's still a good team that any given night we can lose any game.
Certainly, Coach. Well, I appreciate you coming up and joining us here in the post game, and best of luck Thursday.
All right, thank you.
That's Wes Book, the head coach of the Spring Hill Broncos. Again, they fall here today 53-42 in their opening round against Gardner-Edgerton. Now 6 straight in the loss column for the Broncos, and now 3-7 overall on the season. So big game coming up Thursday as they will try to get off the schneid here at that sixth straight loss. 4 straight losses now here on their home floor. They really need a victory coming up on a Thursday late afternoon, early evening, we'll call it. A 4:45 scheduled tip coming up on Thursday between Spring Hill and KC East Christian Academy. So you can join us here on Spring Hill Sports Live for that one if you're unable to make it out to the gym to watch and cheer on the Broncos for that game. But they will be looking to snap a 6-game slide after they fall again tonight to Gardner-Edgerton. Final score, Gardner-Edgerton 53, Spring Hill 42. You've been watching the Shoemaker Collision Paint Center post-game show for Caden Carbajo. I'm Bryce Kessler. Good night from Spring Hill High School.
It's time for Spring Hill High School basketball. Spring Hill Sports Live is brought to you by Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning, Price Chopper, Kim Thompson at Prudential Financial, the Spring Hill Recreation Commission, Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center, Crown Realty, the Elliott Insurance Group, Prime Accounting Solutions, Farmers Insurance, Leah Smith Agency, the Spring Hill Chamber of Commerce, Allstate, Libby Clark Agency, Spring Hill Fitness, Perfect Detail Salon, and Whitesell Optometry.
5,